Now you're launching this new USChina Coalition. Tell us about it.
It's the USChina Exchange Group. Talk about perfect timing. We've been working on it for about a month, knowing that tariffs are part of the president's agenda. He wants to equal the playing field with trade. And so our focus is going to be hooking up U.S. companies with their Chinese counterparts and vice versa to even out the trade imbalances.
Okay, Haley, when you look at the news flow, though, coming out right now, you've got a senior economic minister of China saying this is a quote-unquote stupid idea. South Korea has criticized this. The European Union has said they're going to file WTO complaints. Republicans in Congress are saying this is not what they want. I mean, this is a bad idea, no?
No, not at all. Look. Since his famous descent down the escalator when he announced he was running for president, which everyone said he would never win, so let's keep that in mind, he has said he wants to even out the playing field with trade. Look, we haven't had a trade surplus since 1975. So the facts of the matter are he's bringing everyone to the table to renegotiate. He wants to renegotiate bilaterally to create American jobs. Right now, we're exporting American jobs.
So is this an opening bid? I mean, could we potentially have carve-outs for some businesses, or is this actually what he's going to follow through with?
I mean, I can't speculate on that, right? I'm not a political fortune teller. I will say that I think right now what this does is it opens up the table, again, for not only countries to renegotiate with the U.S. and President Trump, but also for corporations. So that's where our company comes into play, right? Because we're whisperers who can help navigate and break down those barriers.
Well, let me dig a little deeper here, because when you look at the different sectors that this is going to impact, we saw some negative market reaction last week on this, and we've also seen, I think, in the agriculture industry, a lot of questions swirling around on this.
Well, I think everyone is speculating at the moment, right? Because they have to reposition in the playing field. They don't know what's coming. However, market hysteria, I think that's overhyped. I mean, the markets have skyrocketed under this president. I know I'm liking my 401k, and I think most Americans are. So the fact of the matter is, everything that he's doing, he's keeping his promises to the voters, and it's working.
Okay, but the American Petroleum Institute, energy sector, they're saying that this new energy infrastructure, if these tariffs go up significantly, that it's going to skyrocket the cost of pipelines, the cost of steel to build these pipelines. And these are the same workers, Haley, that that the president formed a coalition with during the campaign.
Listen, you can't have your cake and eat it too. President Trump has given, especially the fossil fuels industry, historic deregulation, which has made them more competitive, not only in the American market, but also in the global market. And they have a responsibility to work with him in order to help job creation. That's going to help everybody long term, and that's a sustainable plan.
What are some of the key areas in terms of where you think this policy, which sectors are you looking at in particular with U.S. relations with China?
I think the first two major ones are agribusiness and energy. Those will be our first two actual trade missions to China with private sector companies in order to break down those barriers and give U.S. companies market certainty into the China market.
All right, I want to bring it back to politics, because you know the Trump political orbit perhaps better than anyone in town.
Pretty well.
And the folks that you're talking with right now, the headlines dominating outside of the news flow, outside of the business world, have been that this is an administration in chaos, that this is a president who's isolated. What do you make of all that?
Look, we've had negative headlines from day one. I just don't pay any attention to it. The fact of the matter is the Heritage Foundation just said that this president has been more effective for change, positive change, than Ronald Reagan within his first year of the presidency. So I think that's liberal media hype.
So President Trump, when he heads to southwestern Pennsylvania this weekend in a country, in a part of the country that is going to be impacted should these tariffs go up the way that he's hoping for. And again, I have to, double down on this. When the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, is saying this is a bad idea, that this could actually end up hurting folks, your response?
Establishment Republican. No disrespect to the speaker, but he's also one of the people who were voting against us to win the presidency. And the fact of the matter is, President Trump is the one who's been implementing change from day one, and Congress has followed his lead. So it's the art of the deal. Come to the negotiation table, it's on.